Hey folks, it's a snow day, and the reaction to the January 6th Patriot event in the Capitol is quite alarming. There were many huge announcements yesterday, and I want to just update people a little bit who are trying to help me. So this is meant for the people on my team, which is getting enormous, and I thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Stephanie is doing a fantastic job, folks. So here we go. Let's talk about it. I want to put things on the screen that you must look at. First of all, this is the affidavit of Torr Moss that he just filed. This is page 2 of 7, but these are the people who have been robbing him. Now, first, his father's house was stolen by Benchmark. Marshals, the law office of Judah Epstein. Dan Ventura, the Water Pollution Control Authority. Various judges, after they stole his father's money and his father's house. Judge Kremrich is here. Walter Spader is here. These are the people that robbed him of his father's house. Marcus Law Firm, the clerk. Then they robbed him of his mother's house. So what they're doing is he lives near Epstein's office, and Judge Carroll is robbing him through the court under color of law, stealing his assets, including his money. Then what did they do? This guy needs help, folks. If you can rally around Torr Moss, he's a kind gentleman. He's smart. Here we go. He's a constitutionalist. Read this paragraph. I can send you this. Now he's been arrested. Here we go. What crime have I committed? What peace did he break? As a pauper, they've taken every single form of value from me in the name of color of law. This is happening in Bridgeport all over the place. From 2014 till Howard Raymond Stellmacher was taken to Yale New Haven Hospital without his consent for refusing to pay a $4,500 medical bill at Apple Rehab, they took his home. Then they took his mom's home. Then they took his credit card. He had a debit card with $75,000 to handle his mom's tax issues. Here we go. After being taken into custody in the Yale New Haven Hospital, I asked Yale for a copy of his admittance form. They banned me from visiting my father in the hospital. They placed him into the Grimes rehab and appointed a esquire to handle his affairs, froze his accounts, blocked his Torr's access as an executor, and took the Toyota Highlander, foreclosed on the property at 110 Sheldon Terrace after he was a military guy. Here. He was the conservator of the estate. He put 50 grand into Dorothy Susan Moss estate, that's his mom, into the law office of Judah Epstein and the Marcus Law Firm. He repaired the house. He settled the tax liens. He paid the sewer fees, interest penalties, and he's never gotten a receipt. Here we go. Plaintiff, the law office of Judah Epstein is headquarters for the money laundering RICO operation. Yes, I agree. I've looked at it. It's Benchmark, Municipal, Benchmark, Medallion, Trademark, Okay? And what his documents portray here, everyone should be concerned about. Now, let's talk about some of the other topics. Here we go. Look at this. This is a motion to dismiss Lori Hopkins Cavanaugh's anti-SLAPP request. She has every right to do what she's doing. She's a conservative, under attack. Torr is a self-represented party. I'm a self-represented party. Lori Hopkins Cavanaugh, a self-represented party. And I'll tell you what the problem is. Here's the problem. Here is the problem. Jim Himes. Jim Himes is on the Intelligence Committee, sitting next to Schiff, okay, destroying the country. Yes, he's my congressman. Here's the next problem. Will Haskell. He's being groomed, okay, according to Blumenthal, to be the next president of the United States. He's a sharp cookie with a forked tongue. Look at his statements. Let's turn it on. And what's the GOP doing about it? Nothing. Here we go. How do we get the sound to work here? Hello.
Connecticut General Assembly. And that afternoon, hey everybody, State Senator Will Haskell here from the 26th District.
State Representative Jonathan Steinberg from the 136th District here in Westport.
1 year ago today, we were sworn in to the Connecticut General Assembly, and that afternoon we watched in horror as insurrectionists stormed the Capitol and tried to interrupt the peaceful transition of power that's been a hallmark of our democracy. What was so scary about that day is, first of all, the Capitol is far more vulnerable than we expected, but so too
Hey,
is
Ashley
democracy
Babbitt,
itself in
dude.
America. There is
Ashley
still
Babbitt,
all of these
shot in the
enslaved,
neck.
a sizable percentage of Americans who don't believe that Joe Biden was freely and fairly elected as
he
president
wasn't.
of the United States. There are still state legislators in Connecticut and elsewhere who are working to make democracy smaller, less inclusive, who are
Not true.
standing up for voting rights and making sure that every
Not
American
true.
has the opportunity to cast their ballot regardless of who they vote for.
Let's
So
tweet.
today, on
Not
the
true.
1 year
Ready?
anniversary,
Not true. What is Connecticut doing about it? What is Connecticut doing
January
about
6th, I want
Ready?
to recommit myself to
Bob Duff, Senate Majority Leader, taking bribes from Robinson and Cole to put prisons in residential neighborhoods. One is at 17 Quintard, my street. And my neighbor, Jimmy, was found murdered in his car right next door. Who was arrested? Not Judge Kremrich, who should be under arrest. So this leads to my point, okay, folks? I'm doing what I can to get the Blumenthal seat. Fine. Been working for 3 years. We have a substantial investment. Okay? But what's on my phone, we had an exchange with the GOP chair yesterday. Do you know what he said? Let me turn to it. Okay, I said, well, you're raising money for the Blumenthal race. How are we going to get it to the people who need it now? We need the money now. Well, he says, once you're a candidate, I said, oh, you mean winning the primary? He goes, yeah, winning the primary. So we have an exchange, and 129 people saw it. I took it down temporarily. Prepare yourself what he texted me on my phone, okay? He says, should I sue you? So he's raising money, putting it in the federal account, and he's asking me if he should sue me with the money that he's raising for the Blumenthal race, when in fact, I'm one of the 4 candidates. Actually, I'm the only candidate that matters to me. It's true. If I win, I'm bringing Robin Hyde with me. I've made him an offer. And given his health condition, I think we're unbeatable. Yeah. I don't understand how he's backing an attorney. He's an attorney, an immigration attorney, who would never take on Richard Blumenthal, never call him out on what he's doing. They don't even know what he's doing. They don't know what Jim Himes is doing. They don't know what Will Haskell is doing. They don't know what Bob Duff is doing. And they don't have a plan of action to change what's happening. We have no more time. We have Chris Murphy on the Foreign Relations Committee, which will lead to Armageddon. Okay? We have Blumenthal writing 1,042 bills he's working on. Okay? The Green New Deal is one. The Iran deal he wrote. The abortion bill he wrote. We have to take late-term abortion off the table, folks. Yeah. I'm not going for this first and second trimester. I'm just concerned right now about the third trimester. Why? Because partial birth abortion is legal in Connecticut. That's why. And it's unacceptable, and if I get elected, it will not be available. Okay? You need to have waiting periods to decide if you're going to have an abortion. Women have rights. Don't get me wrong. And don't bring up those incest questions, okay? That's a separate matter. It's not what the mainstream should be doing. Let me tell you a story. My aunt was the dean of women at Utrecht in Brooklyn, where Welcome Back Kotter was filmed, okay? She had 400 freshmen in her school and 40 seniors. Why? Because of the attrition. And the ladies that were at the top of the pecking order had the most abortions. She was a counselor, okay? She tried to convince girls to keep the child, and she had kept many children. And many of the ladies came back later and said, without your influence, I would have made the worst decision in my life. So they ended up having the children, having the families, which is important to the American structure. Family living is a gigantic benefit that the Americans that grew up in 1960, 70, and 80 can well appreciate, okay? The fact of the matter is, abandoning of all these things is a problem, folks. Why would you legalize marijuana after legalizing vaping when they're damaging their lungs? They're not wise enough to understand that pot is an addictive drug. Okay, they don't go after OxyContin in Connecticut. Connecticut is responsible for that, 100%. Connecticut is responsible for OxyContin. What else is Connecticut responsible for? Well, we're going to go down that road, and if you follow my page, you will understand. But, I showed you an image of Bob Duff. What's the GOP doing about it? This. What's their plan of action? This. What's the Democrats' plan? They're going to make Will Haskell president of the United States. He's stepping off the Senate right now in Connecticut as the youngest senator for New Canaan, Westport, Stamford, a very narrow cut that's long. Why? What he does and his spin, he's very eloquent. He's unbeatable, folks. The kid's unbeatable. And Blumenthal is advising him to go to law school so that he can become president of the United States. What's our plan of action in Connecticut? We have no plan. They're planning on using your contributions to sue your candidates. Okay? Now, if that isn't the worst, most short-sighted thing, okay? I said, gee, Ben, you have 63 views. He's up to 129. Then I took it down. I say to myself, what kind of chairman is raising money against Blumenthal to sue the candidate, who I believe at this very moment in time, I am the front runner. Yeah, there's no game going on. There's no competition going on. They're not thinking that far ahead. Johnny thinks that far ahead. I challenge anyone to a chess match. I'll spot you a queen. Okay? Fair enough. I haven't lost in, 25 years? Okay, good. So, if you want to play chess, game on. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of anyone. What's wrong with what's happening is in the courtroom. Look at Torr. They took his father's house. They took his mother's house. Then they arrested him for no reason. Okay? Look at Lori Hopkins Cavanaugh defending her right to be a realtor. Yeah. Threats because she's a conservative. I'm getting threats. You know what? I don't allow it to faze me. It does faze my family is concerned. Truth. That's the truth. But my son Johnny, who's 24, he's not fazed. My son Ryan is younger. He's fazed. But to get a text yesterday from the GOP chair that he's considering suing me, with the money that you send to the GOP, you need to get your head examined? Yeah. I wouldn't do that again, because I've got a file that would choke a horse. The fact remains, if you look at the Republican Party, we have wrongdoers too. James Comey's a Republican, folks. The fact is that he took a bribe from D'Alio, it's $3 million signing bonus, to come work for D'Alio. And then he worked for him for 3 or 4 years and accumulated $14 million in payments. Okay. That led to him, Comey, being sent, our FBI head, sent to handle the Mueller report, the Hillary Clinton investigation, Uranium One, all those things, which are a problem. Selling uranium to the Abraj Group and having the K container ship problem with truck beds that hold nukes. That's a problem Connecticut created. Why? Because Jim Himes has FBI oversight. The FBI is destroyed. CIA oversight. SEC oversight. NASDAQ oversight. Look at the Bank America taxes. His largest donor doesn't pay any. I think they made $4.4 billion last year, got $1.9 billion back in taxes. And look at Goldman Sachs, his alma mater. What's their tax situation? There's an excellent video about it. I have the stats. Oh, and Bank America got $1 trillion bailout. Okay, Goldman Sachs got a $800 million bailout. Now, do you understand Goldman Sachs? Probably not. Do you understand David Lehman works for Lamont? Do you understand he was a CMO trader at Goldman Sachs? Do you understand that? Bailout? Okay. Promotion to the state of Connecticut, the head of the snake. I'm at 19 minutes. Folks, this email would tell you the story about putting people up in a race to lose. I'm going to ask one time. Ask Peter Lamage to run against Himes, and I'll help him do it. And we need to do that. That's what we should be doing, okay? Because you know what? Jim Himes has no opponent. Bob Duff has no opponent. Will Haskell had no opponent. And all the worst politicians in the state come from Greenwich. Blumenthal and Lamont come from Greenwich in Fairfield County, which has no game. No game. Nothing. I'm telling you, they are making three-point shots from all over the court as if LeBron James was playing, had a sex change and was playing on a woman's team, scoring unchallenged. Okay? Do we understand each other? I hope we do. He wants to sue me for what he did. Leave it at that. You know what? The fix is not in, folks. No, it's not. You need to, each one of you, call Peter Lamage and have him switch to the Himes congressional seat race. Can you do it today? Call me. Thanks. Have a great day. I shut my phone off yesterday. My phone's off because it's ringing continuously. But look at Bank of America's money flow to Jim Himes. Look at the problems in the Stanford Superior Court caused by Judge Adams, partner of Kelly Dryan Warren. They have 10 attorneys claiming to be my attorney. I don't know. John Carroll is covering up for it. Yeah, the same people that robbed Torr robbed us. Okay? Hey, I've said enough. There's much more I can say. But we have to get Connecticut up to speed and launch a gigantic election campaign in 2022. Because it's the entire country at risk of Jim Himes, from Jim Himes. It's the entire country at risk from Richard Blumenthal. So what is the GOP doing about it? Well, they don't return phone calls. They don't return emails. They don't do anything. And now they're planning on using your contributions to go after who I believe is the front runner. Have a great day. We have a lot going on. I haven't disclosed it all. And why should I? And why should I? We have abilities they don't know about. We have people on our staff that are from a think tank. Okay? Rick works for a think tank. Okay? We have people thinking. Okay? Game on. Small potatoes. That's what I say. Small potatoes. Have a great day. It's snowing out all day. Everyone will be home. It'll be like shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah. Have a great day. Flynn 2022. Send a very small amount of money monthly to our campaign. Follow it. Get invested in it. I'm not asking for a lot of money. I think I can win on very little money. The GOP thinks I need to raise $2 million. Our race is a $100 million race, folks. Georgia spent $550 million on their 2 Senate races. $550 million. The Democrats raised $350 million, and the Republicans raised $250 million. So tell me how having a 50-50 split in the Senate with Kamala Harris, did you see her speech about the January 6th patriotic event? Oh my God. Did you see her introduction of Biden? That should be cause for alarm. Yeah. Everyone born in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's a wake-up call. Have a great day. I thank you all. I can't handle the amount of emails I'm getting, so you've got to continue stepping up, and you are. Now, if we could just get the GOP to stop threatening people, that would be wise. Have a great day.